Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're taking a fascinating plunge into a market that, well, it might sound incredibly specific at first,
Mm,
but trust me, it's embossed film, and it's actually a quietly booming global force. The scale is surprising.
it really is. People might not even know what it is initially.
Exactly. So, before we get into the numbers, let's just quickly define it. Embossed film is basically plastic film, right? But with a texture or pattern pressed onto the surface.
Yeah, think about, like, the grip on your phone case, maybe, or that faux wood grain you see on furniture sometimes.
Right, or high-end packaging that feels a bit textured, premium, even anti-slip patterns on, say, medical devices.
It's sort of everywhere once you start looking for it. Adds that look, the feel, sometimes function, too.
Totally. And I'm genuinely excited to uncover just how massive this industry really is. Now, our insights for this deep dive, they come straight from some solid source material. We've got excerpts from the Global Embossed Film Market Outlook 2033 report.
Right. Put together by cognitive market research. Good data.
Definitely. So our mission today is pretty clear. We're going to pull out the key nuggets from this data, give you a sort of shortcut to being really well informed about where this market is heading.
And crucially, why it matters.
Exactly. Why these numbers, which might seem niche, actually tell a bigger story about global manufacturing and consumer trends.
And that's the value, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tracking these, well, foundational industries, even ones you don't think about daily, can reveal so much.
How so?
Well, they act like a kind of pulse check. They
Yep.
can signal shifts in what consumers want or industrial innovation, even just the pace of development in different parts of the world.
Mm-hmm.
So understanding these verified projections, these trends, it's key for grasping that bigger economic picture, how things connect.
Okay, let's unpack this then, starting with the big picture, the global figures for embossed film. And this is where, the scale really hits you.
Yeah, the headline numbers are pretty striking.
Right. So our source says the market was valued at nearly $16.8 billion back in 2021.
16.8 billion.
Okay. Then, just 4 years later, 2025, it surged to almost $25 billion.
Wow, quite a jump already.
But here's the kicker. The projection for 2033. It's expected to more than double again from that 2025 figure,
Okay.
reaching an impressive $55.4 billion.
55.4 billion? That's huge.
It is. And that translates to a compound annual growth rate, the CAGR, of over 10.4% year after year growth.
10.4% CAGR. That's really solid.
Especially for a material that, like we said, many people probably don't even realize is so widespread.
Well, what's truly remarkable here, I think, is putting those global numbers into perspective. Like you said, it's not just growth. It's consistent, robust expansion. Projected over, what, more than a decade?
Yeah, 2021 to 2033.
Right. And that kind of sustained upward curve, it really signals a fundamental and actually intensifying demand.
For the embossed film itself.
Exactly. Across all sorts of applications. It suggests industries everywhere are valuing the better look, the tactile feel, the functional pluses this stuff provides.
So it's meeting a real need.
A foundational need, yeah.
Yeah.
And one that only seems to be growing.
Okay, so that's the global picture. But here's where the story gets, for me, really interesting. That huge global number, it gets even more compelling when you break it down by region.
The geographical spread.
Yeah, and there's one region that really stands out, head and shoulders above the rest, kind of shaping the future of this market.
Let me guess. Asia Pacific.
You got it. Asia Pacific is projected to be the largest market globally, by far.
Makes sense, given the manufacturing base there.
Absolutely. Get this. Their market exploded from just over $6.1 billion in 2021
Okay.
to over $9.3 billion in 2025. And the projection for 2033, a staggering $21.7 billion.
$21.7 billion, just for APAC. Wow.
It really highlights the economic dynamism over there, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. And if you dive deeper into APAC, you see some incredible individual country stories driving that.
Yeah, like who?
Well, it's a mix, right? Booming manufacturing, rapid urbanization, that growing middle class wanting higher quality goods.
Uh-huh.
China, no surprise, continues to dominate the region. Projected to nearly quadruple its market from almost $1.9 billion in 2021
Okay.
to almost $6.8 billion by 2033. $6.8 billion.
Just China alone, massive.
But you should really keep an eye on India.
Oh, yeah. Why is that?
Started smaller, sure, around $716 million in 2021, but it's showing the fastest growth rate.
Faster than China.
in terms of rate, yeah. It's poised to quadruple its market, too, hitting over $2.8 billion by 2033.
Wow. What's driving India's growth specifically?
Likely huge infrastructure projects, construction, and also just a rapidly expanding consumer goods market. Lots of demand.
Makes sense. Any other standouts in APAC?
Oh, definitely. Japan sees significant expansion, too, projected to reach over $3.1 billion. South Korea, close behind, over $2.5 billion.
So established economies still growing strongly.
Yeah. And then you've got substantial contributions from places like Australia that's projected near $1 billion, around $950 million. Singapore, over $800 million. Taiwan, over $860 million.
Okay.
And Southeast Asia as a whole block expected to more than triple its market to over $1.3 billion. So it's broad-based growth across the region.
Absolutely stunning growth from Asia Pacific, really setting the pace. Let's shift focus a bit. North America is still a major player on the global stage, right? How does it stack up here?
Oh, certainly. North America plays a substantial role. Its market was valued at nearly $4.65 billion back in 2021.
Okay, 4.65 billion.
Growing to roughly $6.76 billion in 2025.
Yeah.
And the forecast for 2033, it's anticipated to nearly triple from that 2021 number, hitting $14.3 billion.
14.3 billion, so still very significant growth. What's driving it there?
A lot of it comes from, their strong automotive sector. Think dashboards, door panels, that kind of thing.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Also consumer electronics innovation, and like elsewhere, high demand for premium packaging.
Right. And within North America, I assume the U.S. is the heavyweight?
By far, the United States is the clear leader. Its revenues are projected to soar past $11.4 billion by 2033. Just shows consistent leadership.
11.4 billion for the U.S. Wow. What about Canada and Mexico?
Canada also shows significant growth. It's expected to reach over $1.5 billion by 2033.
1.5 billion. Okay.
And Mexico saw really impressive expansion too, growing from just over $413 million in 2021 to nearly $1.3 billion over that same period.
Interesting. So strong performance across North America. Now let's hop across the Atlantic. Europe. How's its story looking in the embossed film market?
Europe shows robust health as well, a really compelling growth story there too.
Yeah, give us the numbers.
Okay, so Europe reached nearly $3.76 billion in 2021.
Almost 4 billion.
Right, growing to almost $5.5 billion in 2025. And here's something interesting. It's projected to actually edge slightly ahead of North America by 2033, hitting over $11.7 billion.
Oh, really? Over 11.7 billion for Europe. That's surprising. What industries are strong there?
Similar drivers, actually. Automotive is big in Europe, obviously. Building and construction, too. But, of course, consumer goods.
And within Europe, which countries are leading the charge? Germany, I'd guess?
Spot on. Germany leads the pack, projected to reach over $2.5 billion by 2033. $2.5 billion.
Okay.
The UK is also a strong performer, growing to over $1.78 billion.
1.78 billion for the UK.
Then you have France reaching over $1.25 billion, Italy approaching $1 billion, around $989 million, and Spain hitting over $1.2 billion as well.
So solid contributions from the major European economies.
Exactly. And even the smaller markets, Sweden, Denmark, Switzerland, Luxembourg, collectively, they showed steady expansion. And the rest of Europe category actually jumped significantly.
How much?
From around $488 million in 2021 to over $1.5 billion projected by 2033. So again, broad growth.
Okay, so we've covered the big three. Asia Pacific, North America, Europe, all showing really strong growth. But the expansion isn't just limited to those traditional powerhouses, is it?
Not at all.
What about the rest of the world? Are other regions showing similar, maybe, emerging growth trends for embossed film?
Absolutely. The expansion is truly global.
Yeah.
It's quite remarkable. Let's look at South America, for instance.
Okay, South America.
Starting from just over $1 billion in 2021, it's expected to more than triple, reaching nearly $3.45 billion by 2033.
3.45 billion. That's significant growth. Who's leading there? Brazil?
Brazil leads the charge, yeah. Projected to reach almost $1.5 billion itself.
Wow.
But Argentina also shows strong growth, hitting over $605 million. And you get significant contributions from Colombia, Peru, Chile, too.
What do you think drives that in South America?
Probably tied to industrial development, urbanization, picking up pace across the continent, more demand for finished goods, construction materials.
Got it. What about the Middle East?
The Middle East also shows really significant expansion. Its market revenues are set to more than triple as well,
From what to what?
rising from around $721 million in 2021
Okay.
to over $2.44 billion projected by 2033.
2.4 billion. Which countries stand out there?
Saudi Arabia stands out. poised to reach over 640 million.
640 million. Okay.
Alongside robust growth from Turkey, that's over 535 million. The UAE, over 419 million. Qatar, over 215 million.
And the drivers in the Middle East? Construction,
Right.
maybe? Tourism?
Yeah, likely those ambitious construction projects we hear about. A rising tourism sector needing high-end finishes. And just increasing demand for premium goods generally. Egypt and the rest of the Middle East also posting solid gains.
Okay, one more region then. Africa. How's the market looking there?
Africa's expanding rapidly too, from a smaller base, but still impressive growth. It was around 520 million in 2021.
520 million.
Projected to grow to over 1.75 billion by 2033. So effectively tripling in size over that period.
1.75 billion. Any specific countries leading?
South Africa takes the lead there, expected to reach over 737 million.
Okay.
Nigeria follows, growing significantly to over 255 million by 2033.
And what's behind Africa's growth? Similar factors.
Yeah, reflects increasing industrialization, definite infrastructure development happening, and of course, a growing consumer base looking for more modern products. It really truly underscores that embossed film demand is a global thing.
It really does. Okay, so let's try and bring this all together. We've seen massive global growth, APAC leading, but strong performance everywhere. What does this remarkable widespread expansion in what seems like a specific product, embossed film, what does it really tell us about, the global economy, industry, maybe even our daily lives?
Well, I think the key takeaway is that this consistent growth across so many diverse regions, especially seeing it strong in developing and emerging markets,
Right.
it indicates a pretty fundamental and growing need, both industrial and consumer need, for enhanced product services globally.
Meaning we just expect things to look and feel better now.
Pretty much. It highlights this universal trend towards products that offer more than just basic function. They need to be durable, yes, but also aesthetically pleasing, tactile. They need to feel quality. And those varying growth rates we saw, country by country, they probably suggest different stages of economic development, or maybe specific local market demands, like a boom in car manufacturing or construction.
So it's a kind of economic indicator in itself.
In a way, yes.
Yeah.
It tells us that this high-quality sensory experience is becoming, well, kind of non-negotiable for consumers and manufacturers worldwide. And that makes materials like embossed film more and more essential.
Okay, so summing it all up then, what we've really discovered today is that this embossed film market, it's quietly massive.
Definitely not niche when you see the numbers.
Right. And it's consistently growing
That's-
globally. We're talking about an expansion from roughly, 16.8 billion in 2021
Yeah, just under 17 billion.
to a projection of over 55.4 billion within just a decade. That's huge.
It really is.
Asia Pacific is leading that incredible charge, no doubt.
Yeah.
But there are strong, undeniable contributions and significant growth stories coming out of every single continent.
Every single one we looked at showed solid growth.
It just underscores the surprising scale and the widespread importance of this industry that honestly flies under the radar for most of us.
Absolutely. And maybe a final thought to leave you with.
Yeah.
Just consider how this rapid expansion and these regional shifts we talked about in a foundational material market like embossed film, how that might subtly influence things downstream. Global manufacturing processes, definitely supply chains, maybe even just the look and feel of everyday products you encounter, often without even realizing why they look or feel that way.
That's a great point. So the next time you pick up, a new phone or look at some furniture or even just packaging, take a second, feel the texture. Could that subtle pattern, that premium feel, be thanks to this massive, unseen industry of embossed film?
It very well could be.
Keep an eye out for how this growing market might be showing up in your own life. And yeah, let's keep exploring these unseen forces shaping our global economy. Thanks for diving deep with us today.
My pleasure. Fascinating stuff.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're really getting into the weeds on the embossed film market.
That's right. It sounds niche, maybe, but it's actually reshaping a lot of the packaging world.
Yeah, it's not just texture, is it? It touches everything from flexible packaging solutions to the big push for sustainable design.
Absolutely.
And just so you know, all our insights today are drawn from Cognitive Market Research's latest reports.
Good stuff there.
Okay, let's unpack this then. What's truly shaping this, Fascinating market.
Well, I think the first big driver, you really can't ignore it, is the growing demand for flexible packaging.
Okay. Flexible packaging.
Yeah, you see, consumers, businesses too, they're increasingly looking for lighter options, things that are more adaptable, cost-effective, and crucially, offer a longer shelf life.
Right, that makes sense. Less waste, maybe easier shipping.
Exactly. Flexible packaging, it really delivers on reducing material use, cuts down transportation costs too. Plus, it fits all sorts of product shapes.
Perfect for like snacks on the go or all the e-commerce stuff arriving now.
Precisely. That's why we're seeing such rapid adoption. Food, pharma, general consumer goods, they're all jumping on board.
Okay, so flexible packaging is the push. Are there specific tech examples making this happen? Anything really, cutting edge?
Oh, definitely. A great example is Face Emboss. That's from Innovia Films.
Real face emboss.
Yeah, no, it's not just any old film. It's a 130 micron BOPP film.
BOPP. Can you quickly unpack
Yeah,
that?
yeah. BOTP stands for biaxially oriented polypropylene. Basically, it's a plastic film stretched two ways, making it really strong, clear, and versatile.
Ah, okay. So super durable stuff.
Right, and this emboss version, it's specifically designed for really high-quality embossing, the texture, and it prints incredibly well, even if it gets wet.
Wow, so it looks good and performs.
That's the idea. Visual appeal meeting solid functionality.
That's fascinating how the material itself is becoming so advanced, which I guess leads us right into the second key driver you mentioned, the tech advancements in actually making the film.
Precisely. We're seeing some real breakthroughs in, like, polymer chemistry and the manufacturing processes themselves.
Leading to what kind of improvements?
Well, things like much better barrier performance, keeping air and moisture out or in, more strength, more flexibility, even better humidity control or thermal sensitivity. We're even seeing smart features integrated sometimes.
Smart features in packaging film.
Yeah, it's early days for some of that, but the
Yeah.
potential is there. What's really compelling is how these innovations are making packaging almost high-tech.
Hmm.
It opens up completely new possibilities, making these embossed films useful across way more industries than before. Think food safety? Sure, but also protecting sensitive industrial materials.
So demand is actually growing from new sectors because the tech allows it.
Exactly. Sectors that maybe weren't even considering these kinds of films previously.
Okay, so it sounds like a really dynamic space, lots of growth, lots of innovation. But what about the challenges? What's holding things back or slowing growth down?
Yeah, there are definitely headwinds. The biggest one we're tracking is fluctuating raw material prices.
Ah, okay. The cost of the basic ingredients.
Right. This industry relies heavily on polymers, additives,
Yeah.
things that are often tied pretty closely to global oil prices.
And oil prices, well, they can swing wildly.
They certainly can. So when those prices surge, it directly increases production costs. That squeezes profit margins. It can disrupt supply chains.
Makes planning ahead really difficult, I imagine.
Absolutely. It complicates long-term planning, can limit how much companies invest in innovation, and sometimes, if corners get cut, it could even lead to inconsistent product quality. That erodes trust.
Right. That instability sounds like a major headache. Does that uncertainty, though, maybe push innovation in other directions, like finding alternatives?
It definitely does. And that ties perfectly into one of the big positive trends we're seeing,
Yeah.
sustainability.
Ah, yes. That's everywhere now.
It really is. There's growing consumer demand for packaging that's environmentally conscious. People want recyclability, biodegradability, and governments are also tightening regulations on single-use plastics.
So manufacturers are basically being pushed and pulled towards greener options.
Pretty much. Sustainable embossed films are quickly moving from being a nice-to-have to a requirement. It's not just a trend anymore. Brands see it as core to their responsibility and, frankly, their image.
Interesting. So it's becoming part of the brand identity itself.
Definitely. It raises important questions about industry responsibility, but also consumer choice.
Yeah, absolutely. So sustainability is huge. What other major trends are emerging?
The other big one is a real focus on enhanced printability and design, improving the look and feel.
Making it pop on the shelf.
Yeah, exactly. Printing technology has gotten so much better. Now you can get richer graphics, finer textures, really vibrant colors directly onto these embossed films.
Which I guess helps with branding, getting information across.
And fundamentally, shelf appeal. It's about making your product stand out in a very crowded space.
So it's not just functional anymore. It's a key part of the marketing.
Absolutely. That drive for visual differentiation. It's fueling significant R&D spending. Companies are really battling it out to catch your eye first.
It's quite something.
And if you connect that to the bigger picture, you see how even seemingly small material choices can have these ripple effects through commerce and honestly impact the planet.
So just to kind of summarize then, the embossed film market is really being shaped by this need for flexibility, continuous innovation, and this powerful undercurrent of sustainability.
That sums it up well, and despite those tricky raw material costs, the future really does look promising. You've got cutting-edge tech, the whole e-commerce ecosystem booming.
And that increasing pressure for environmental responsibility.
Exactly. It shows how industries, even one like packaging, have to constantly adapt to these big global shifts: technology, consumer habits, environmental awareness.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? How the wrapper on your everyday items actually reflects this incredibly dynamic, innovating world.
It does. A lot goes into that simple package.
Well, next time you pick something up, maybe take a closer look. It's a small testament to a world that thankfully never seems to stop innovating.